What's good, everybody? It's NukeJesus and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have a lot to talk about. But first, a friendly reminder that if you want to win a free copy of Black Ops 6 and save yourself $70 come this fall, go to the video in the description down below, drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure that you're subscribed. That's all you have to do, and you've successfully entered into the giveaway. The winner will be drawn July 31st live on stream, so tune in that day to see if you were the lucky winner of the free copy of Black Ops 6. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Crony Corp. Crony Corp is a brand new immersive idle business builder game set in a competitive and engaging live market with expansive manufacturing opportunities. As a master crony, you will engage yourself in a dynamic world full of choices with opportunities to build, develop, and establish a world-class manufacturing empire. In this world, hundreds of products are traded on a live market while players compete through building, crafting, and upgrading, all while participating in a good measure of corporate espionage. Prepare to embark on an exhilarating journey of entrepreneurship, strategy, and competition. Build your empire, dominate the market, and become the ultimate industrial magnate. Your success as a master crony depends on your ability to make money, with players participating in a live economy modeled after the global marketplace in a one-of-a-kind experience. Players will need to adapt, strategize, and seize time-sensitive opportunities to prove themselves as a top-rated master crony. Great news, the game has no forced ads or paywalls. The dev team behind it believes in providing an enjoyable and uninterrupted gaming experience. Now, this game is still in early development with a planned release on iOS and Google Play in the future. With the development team led by Mike O'Hare, the team is working feverishly to make Crony Corp a game that offers a unique and captivating experience. So the team over at Crony Corp set up a Kickstarter looking for pledges for this game. I encourage everyone to check out their Kickstarter. There's a link in the description down below if you want to support this game and make a pledge. This game looks super fun to me, and personally, I can't wait to play it. I'll be making the pledge, and hopefully you will too. And once again, thank you so much to Crony Corp for sponsoring this video. Alright, now back to the video. Now, we're not going to be exposing any cheaters in this. This isn't one of those videos. This is mostly going to be a rant about Call of Duty and the money that people are putting into the game when it comes to microtransactions and the toxic environment it creates. I know I shouldn't care about what people spend their hard-earned money on, but hear me out for a minute. By this point in time, I think we can all agree that this game is plagued with cheaters, and some days it's literally unplayable. Imagine getting into Call of Duty for the very first time. You just saved up $70 or whatever the game costs these days. You go to GameStop or wherever you go to buy your games. I prefer the disc personally versus downloadable games. And you buy Call of Duty for the very first time. You have your game now and you load up for the very first time and you're playing. Everything is going good, and then it happens. You get shot by a cheater using aimbot from across the map who's tracking you through buildings with his wall hacks. It's now been less than 1 hour since you launched the game for the very first time. People are already thinking there's no way a new player is dealing with that, but the truth is, yes, they actually are. Many cheaters are on fresh new accounts leveling up, running into legitimate new players on brand new accounts new to the game. What the game doesn't know is who's cheating versus who's not cheating. The anti-cheat simply just doesn't work. It relies 99.9% of the time on player input and reports. In this early on, these brand new accounts, even if they're being cheated on by cheaters, they just don't have enough reports against them to do anything about it. They're brand new accounts. They need to have a longer play history for anything substantial to happen to those accounts. So what ends up happening is they end up in the same game, new players with new players. It's another reason why this two-boxing method that everyone's been doing lately to get easier lobbies is a thing, because they're also using a low-level account that's brand new to the game, that's like literally level 1, to get into these lobbies. Now imagine this. Imagine if someone told you before you bought the game that cheating is so bad that literally 99.9% of the player base has ran into a cheater and has been killed by one. Now, to a normal person, if they were to hear that, bells and whistles and red lights would probably be flashing and going off in their head, thinking, maybe I shouldn't buy this game. What other games out there have a cheating issue that bad? And you probably won't be able to think of one because there's not one. Now, the question is, after hearing that, would you have still wanted to spend your hard-earned money on Call of Duty, or would you have rather picked up something else to play? For most people, they might only have an hour a day to play because they have a job, a family, and responsibilities. And you might get only 2 Warzone matches in during that hour. And during those 2 matches, you might run into cheaters in both of those games. That 1 hour is now shot with an hour of your life gone that you're not getting back. Now imagine that happens 4 out of 7 nights a week when you sit down to play for that 1 hour. This is exactly what's going on. And when you look at the player count and wonder why this game's player count is still on a steady decline, That's why. The Call of Duty player base has become more and more vulnerable to cheaters as time goes on. It's gotten to the point with cheaters, two-boxers, people using VPNs, where Activision and Microsoft literally can't protect their most vulnerable players, the new players to the game. And because of this, people are loading up and playing for the first time, getting slaughtered, and they turn off the game and they never return. And that's why the player base and the player count is dwindling. I mean, it's collapsing on itself. We're losing players by the thousands all the time. Now, Call of Duty implemented a fix for this. It's called SBMM, or skill-based matchmaking. Now, this was, well, a way to protect new players from cheaters and sweats, get them into the game slowly, and have them play with other people on the same skill level as them. But as we can see, it's not working and it's failing. So what's the solution here? The only solution, and the only thing left remaining to do, is to get a better anti-cheat. The current one that we have doesn't work. It's not good enough. It was built by Activision, right? But it's not good enough. It's not. We need something better. And that's the next step that they need to take. Even veteran players that are leaving the game aren't coming back. Fortune's Keep didn't save the game. Bringing back Rebirth Island didn't save the game. Bringing back the Car 98 didn't save the game. And odds are, as much as you're going to hate for me to say this, bringing back Verdansk isn't going to save the game, and it's not going to save the player base. What it will do is artificially increase the player count temporarily, just like it does with every other major update, but player retention isn't staying because they keep offering the same formula over and over again and not doing anything about the cheaters, two-boxers, scripters, etc. In fact, some of the biggest changes we get to the game each season are cosmetic items in the shop and battle pass, with most locked behind a paywall and the best ones locked behind a $30 battle pass called Black Cell. Now, just to touch base a little bit on the repetitive nature of Call of Duty in their game modes, how many times we're going to have a superhero DLC with game modes with superpowers? This is what, the third time now? Nothing's ever new. MW2 Remastered has been finished for years. We all saw the leak over on Twitter. They decided against releasing it because they'd rather spoon feed us remastered maps and weapons over time versus giving it to us all in one package. They know they can make more money doing it this way rather than the other. Call of Duty is turning into a mobile game, and every season the new DLC weapon is meta. And if you want to unlock it fast, you need to pay. And not only are you paying for the battle pass, many of you are buying skins in the store left and right. I encourage you to go into your game and look at just how many packs you've bought, add up the prices and do the math. You've probably purchased this $70 game 5 to 10 times over again through microtransactions. Back in 2020, Call of Duty was pulling over $4 million in microtransactions every single day. This was when packs were selling for $20 a piece, but recently I've seen packs in the store well over the $20 price tag, with some weapons like the Kong Fist melee weapon locked behind an $80 paywall in skin packs and microtransactions. You need to purchase, no joke, $80 in packs just to unlock this melee weapon. They are encouraging you to spend as much money as possible on their game. That's what they want. They want you buying everything. They charge these insane and ridiculous prices because you and other players are paying them. I know you don't want to hear this, but yes, if you are someone that's purchased a pack from the in-game store, even one time, you are part of the problem. The game can be in shambles and completely unplayable, but to Activision, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong to them until their flow of revenue is interrupted. If you want a better anti-cheat, if you want the game fixed, if you want changes to actually start happening, you go after corporate, you go after the investors and shareholders, you target them all, and you target them where it hurts them most, their wallet. It hurts them the most when money stops coming in. If you want to make a change, it's time to stand up and stop giving them money. The cheating problem would have been fixed and taken care of 4 years ago if people stopped willingly handing over money for these overpriced useless skins that aren't even transferring to Black Ops 6. This could be an epic moment where the players take control and win back their game, or we can continue on this path of self-destruction and keep feeding the wheel of destruction while turning a blind eye to the path of devastation being left behind in its wake. Power to the players. Understand the meaning and stand behind it. You are the only thing standing in the way of change. Together, we have the power to make a difference. Now, before we go, I want to give a huge shout out to all my YouTube members. Thank you so much for helping to support the channel and believing in the content that we make here. It means a lot to me, and once again, I just want to say thank you. So a huge shout out to all those members. Their names are Adam's Got Game, John Killer, Composer, Big Willie, PD, Brian Blaze /video Brandon, Chris R, Mad Lycan, Hornet 1980, Daniel Blom, Jack Rabbit Max, Janilla Gorilla, Crypt Gaming, Naughty Syntax, Ryan Andrews, Angel Sorrow, The Raging Half Asian Pro EXE, The Naked Canadian 13, Yoiki, French Curse, Kenshiro74 OTA, Big Kid Rook, 1TS Jeremiah, Slingshot ERV Gaming, Mamulator, Harry, Warzone Jesus, Wrath of Cod, Bennett 22, The Mad Titan, Damian Lawrence, GBRC EFC 125, and GJ Smith. If you want to become a member and help support the channel and get your name shouted out in future videos, go ahead and click join to the left to subscribe at the bottom of any one of my videos. Also, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, there's a link to join in the description of every single one of my videos and also a link on my channel. We're going to start doing custom Warzone nights if we can get enough people in there, and also if you're a member, you get a special role and special access to certain parts of the Discord. Alright, with that being said, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Take care and have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.
From the